YouTube, how's it going? It's your boy Jay Levs here, bringing you guys a brand new video on the channel. Hope the first of potentially 2 uploads today. This is again gonna be a new series, kind of like related to the Transfer Talk series, which was a pilot episode. But this one I'm gonna be calling it the Football News, where I'm basically gonna be giving you guys the information of football events that have been happening. I'm first going to start off with the transfers and then go on to the main topics. So, if you want to see more of this, leave a like, sub if you're new. And with that being said, let's get into it. So, first off, we've got Real Madrid second team keeper Keylor Navas, who has been wanting out of the club for quite some time after being the first team keeper for quite some time. Real Madrid signed Keylor Navas from Levante back in, I think, 2014. They won 3 Champions Leagues not back to back, but 3 in the space of about 4 years, which is a good accomplishment in itself. Navas wants out. It's not a coincidence. It's not a surprise. And PSG said, we'll take him off your hands in a swap deal, straight swap, no money involved, for Alphonse Areola, who is PSG's goalkeeper. But if they swap them over, they don't really have a good keeper in net. Well, they will have a good keeper in Keylor Navas, so I'm thinking that's a good idea for a backup option for Thibaut Courtois, who is Real Madrid's first team keeper. It'll be good because you got Courtois playing in the big games, and you got Areola in like the backup rotation style setup, which I think it'll be a good deal for them. Next up, we've got Diego Laxalt going, and Francois Camano going to Torino. Laxalt is going on a loan deal with an option to buy, and Camano was going for about £9 million, which good signings for Torino. But yeah, that's all for Torino. Just confirmed now that Chris Smalling is going on loan to AS Roma, which it's good for him because he's not getting the first team football that he wants. We've got Harry Maguire and a couple other options like Eric Bailly, Marcus Rojo, Phil Jones. It's good for them. It's good for them. Now Real Madrid, it's not a surprise that they're looking for a new center attacking mid, because you've got the likes of with James Rodriguez being injured for the next month or so with an injury, they're looking for a new center attacking mid. It's the likely of 3 targets. You got Christian Eriksen, Paul Pogba, and Bruno Fernandes. Now, the most likely option for me personally, I would have to say, is Bruno Fernandes. Because just looking back at last season alone, he was just ripping it up for Sporting. I'm not surprised. I'm actually quite surprised that a big team hasn't picked up Bruno Fernandes. Like Man United, the team that I support, we were rumored with him for a while. But I think it was also confirmed at one point that we were gonna get him, but it just fell through. I'd say it's kind of like the same thing with the Fekir situation, but he didn't have his medical, so it's not like the Nabil Fekir situation. So, also the thing about Eriksen is that he's letting his contract run out. So, I don't know what Tottenham are doing. Eriksen wants a way out. Well, Pochettino is willing to sell him, but they gotta do it before September 2nd, because that's when the window closes. Well, the European window closes. So, and then for Paul Pogba, with everything else going on, the racial abuse and everything like that, it just hurts for me to look at. It's with everything that's going on with Paul Pogba. It just hurts. Again, the likely target for Real Madrid, I think, would have to be Bruno Fernandes. But again, it's more likely going to Paul Pogba. But we will see. And I also just got news that the Neymar transfer saga could come to a close. It should come as no surprise that Neymar Jr. wants out of Paris Saint-Germain. Because they bought him 2 years ago for 200 plus mil. And with everything that's been going on with Neymar, the fans have been calling him can't say what the fans called him because I do not want to get demonetized, and I like doing this job. Or I like putting videos out to YouTube for you guys. So, I think Barcelona, the whole saga began with Barcelona putting in an offer. PSG rejected. Then Real Madrid. Then Barcelona. Then Real Madrid. Then in came Juventus with an offer. PSG said no. And it looks like Neymar could be on his way back to Barcelona for Ivan Rakitic and 157 mil. Which it's just crazy that this whole ordeal with Neymar even happened. It's like, I get it. PSG want the money that they paid for him, but to give someone like Neymar, who is 28, a £300 million price tag, it's a little bit ridiculous. So that'll do it for the transfer segment. Now on to the two topics, as you can see from the title. Bury Football Club and the Bolton Wanderers. Bolton have been saved by a company known as Football Ventures, which, first off, to Bolton, a massive congratulations for keeping yourselves in the Football League. I think it was yesterday that they were given a 2-week deadline between yesterday and I think September the 12th to prove that they can be a football club, or they would have had the same result as Bury. So they were founded back in 1874. They had the likes of UC Jaskalainen and one of Africa's best footballers in JJ Okocha. Well, I say one of the best. He's out there with Didier Drogba as one of the best African footballers of all time. Bolton were given a £7 million takeover, financial takeover. Their administrator, Paul Appleton, like I said, they were given 2 weeks to find someone to take over the club, or else they would go into expulsion. They wouldn't be allowed to play. But they do start the EFL League One season with, the season already happened, but they started out with a 12-point deduction. So, again, Bolton Wanderers, a massive congratulations for staying in the Football League. But from happy news, we then go to sad news. And that is Bury Football Club, which was founded 134 years ago. Bury have been expelled from the Football League due to unpaid debts and poor ownership from the chairperson, Steve Dale. See, that right there in itself just annoys me, because all the way back, they hold the record for the biggest marginal win in an FA Cup final, which was 6-0 over Derby County back in 1903. So how they go from that to relegated down to the Football League. They put Steve Dale in there, who, by the way, he bought the club for £1. You bought the club for £1. Which is basically £1. I could literally buy a freaking Arizona iced tea for £1. For like $1, something like that. It's so stupid, man. And the man has owned 50 plus companies in his time. And out of all of those companies, 43 of them have been liquidated. And what annoys me the most about all of this were the comments that he made about Barry being expelled. The main comments that annoyed me was he never went to Barry, and he didn't even know that there was a team called Barry. Which, how do you not know? You should at least have some information about the club that you're taking over. Not going there in the blind, especially paying £1 for the club. Like, it just goes to show that even as a Man United fan, fans of whatever football club you support in the English League or anywhere around the world for that case, you never want your team to get expelled. You never want your team to go bankrupt. It just hurts for the Bury football fans. So, Bury, my heart goes out to you guys. And that's gonna do it for me. Like I said, if you enjoyed this, leave a like if you did. Stay tuned for the second video of today, which will be my reaction to the Champions League groups. The group draw is actually happening soon, so I'll give you guys a second video giving you guys my thoughts. And yeah, that'll do it for me. Leave a like if you did. Peace.